Hey, so I'm on break at work. And I just thought I'd do kind of like a impromptu kind of video. Kind of felt like it, you know? Um, it's gonna be about Final Fantasy because it's just what's on my mind. And I thought I'd talk about now that I've finished all the main scenario, um, what my thoughts are on just different parts. Like I kind of want to do a tier list. I'll probably do it on stream sometime. But my thoughts on just over the main scenario, and I kind of want to talk about like all of the point O's, not the point X's, point O's on the patches, right? I was around for so I started playing 2.3, and then I was there for Heaven's Word and Stormblood, um, and then Shadowbringers. I was there on launch on Shadowbringers, and I played a lot, and I started leveling Gunbreaker for like to do the content on, and I was loving Gunbreaker, and I got to level 78, I think, um, but right before Mount Golg, and I just hated the story. I hated it. Other things that were happening in life also were making it hard to play, but overall, I don't like Shadowbringers. 5.3, amazing. Don't get me wrong. Whirlit, best story in the entire game. But the actual main story of Shadowbringers, I kind of wanted to sit here and I wanted to talk about it because I feel like my opinion is very much not the norm, and I'm totally fine. Like you can have your own opinion. I understand that. Like you can think mine's wrong. But I kind of want to sit here and talk about this for a second because Shadowbringers overall, I just it starts good, right? It starts like, hey, we're gonna go. We find all the Scions again. We just left there. All the Scions were like pseudo dead. We find them all. Amazing, right? We find all that they've been living these lives for years. At this point, it's only been like a little bit of time for us, and we start to try and break down different like. We meet some new people. We have new interesting conflicts, and it starts big, especially with like in Amarang with Tesleen, right? And it sets this really dark tone, right? With Tesleen's death, and then we have Emmett Selk starting to follow us, right? We have this Ascian just following us around. It's so interesting. But as you keep playing, you kind of run into the fact that Emmett Selk is just there to fucking annoy the shit out of you. Doesn't really do anything. He offers like a little tidbits of help, but like there's no like emotional like gain between you guys. There's no reason for you to care about this like interaction that much. Right? Like Elidibus was such a better way to handle it, right? You were trying to befriend Elidibus. You were trying your darndest, and he just wouldn't do it. Emmett Selk was kind of the opposite way around, right? He was trying, but not really. He wasn't really trying to help us out. He wasn't really trying to befriend us. He was just like, maybe. I'm a little bored right now. Let me see what you guys are doing. And you could feel it. You could tell. And every other character that we encounter in Shadowbringers, I just don't care about. I mean, like now after like playing the game, playing through side quests and just extra stuff, right? Yeah, sure, I care about some of these characters. But I mean, it's just not really there. Not really. I mean, like even Gaius is a better flushed out character. He has way less screen time than some of these characters. I feel, but then Worley is just so good at building his character. But 5.0, I just don't care. And then there's a lot of just like quests and missions where it's more and more just like I don't care about you. Reen is like the only character from like the 5.0 story that you actually really care about. And so there's like the scenes between her and Thancred that are so impactful, so good, right? And there's certainly those parts of 5.0 that are great, but on the whole, like I think my biggest problem, and I didn't even get to this point before I quit playing Final Fantasy for 4 years. After you beat Mount Golg, and there's the huge climax. Oh my god, things are finally starting to like come together. Oh my god, we're the character's about to die. We're getting betrayed left and right. We have to settle this. It then takes you into another cutscene, which is fine. The cutscene between you and Ardbert in the inn, that's fine. But then like it makes you go talk to like fucking everybody in town. And then it sends you to the Tempest, and I don't give a fuck about the Tempest. I don't think anyone gives a fuck about the Tempest. It's also like the worst designed map in like the game. And then after like 2-3 hours of gameplay, does it finally actually drop you back into the story, into Amarat. And honestly, that's when you start getting like Emmett Selk actually talking to you, actually like having any emotional connection with you, doing any. All of Emmett Selk's character happens in those like 3 fucking quests, or like 5 or whatever. The time you drop into Amarat, all the way until the final like the Hades fight, that's all you get. That's where that's where Emmett Selk's character is, not in the fucking 10 levels before that of random bullshit where he like gives exposition on who's Heidel and Zodiac are. That's also, we find out later, not 100% true. So yeah, I don't know. I just don't like Shadowbringers, and I know it's just it's a take that's not common, but it's my take. So I just thought to talk about it because it comes up a lot. I will say 5.3. Best fucking patch ever. I wasn't around for it because I started playing 2.3. I stopped playing 5.0 about like 2-3 weeks into it, or like it was about a week into it because I never finished 5.0. And then I came back in 6.3. But yeah, I don't know. I like Stormblood better. Like Stormblood introduced the best villain in my opinion. Because it's Xenos. Who's the villain in 6.0? It's Xenos. Who's the like he's such a good villain. Like you love to hate him in a way better way than Vothri. I fucking hate Vothri. Oh my god. But it's just like, and I know people don't like Lise. And I don't feel the least hate, I think is one of the things. But there's so many like narrative foils, and there's so many things. If you start to break down Stormblood, it's such a good one. It's actually a really good one. I'd say Heavensward main scenario is a little bit better because like how the dark themes are. There's stuff to love and hate about both of them though, to be honest. Stormblood started doing like the split quests, which suck. Oh, hey, it's one main scenario quest. Go do this set of quests and this set of quests. And then you can start doing the actual main scenario again. So it takes you an extra, like, 10 quests that you didn't have to do normally. I don't know. It's in here or there. But I feel like as, like, a story, I cared about the characters more. They gave us time. They gave Hien time to breathe. They gave Gosetsu, Yugiri, all of these characters, they introduced them before the expansion. They gave them time to breathe, to become characters that you cared about. Even Hien, you spend time with him. It's not just, oh, hey, this is person. They run this area of this map. That's it. And that's how I felt about Shadowbringers. Nothing was given room to breathe. Nothing was given good attention until post Shadowbringers patches. Endwalker, I feel like I loved. It was a great conclusion, and a lot of people are having a lot of problems with just like the expansion. And I feel like most of what they're just talking about is like, it came out with a deep dungeon. The deep dungeon was kind of lame. Variant dungeons are one of the best additions to the game, period. I know some people are like, oh my god, it doesn't have good enough rewards. But, I mean, for content, right? Like, do you enjoy playing it? Would you rather replay the same dungeon? over and over again, but it has a mount at the end. Like, what do you want? They're just the non-story dungeons that were added in patches, but better, right? That's all it is. Instead of what did we get in 6.1, right? The cheese, what was it, the Loperate one and the Omicron one. Instead of getting that every like patch as like the optional dungeons, instead we're getting variant dungeons that have these, like, it has great lore, great experiences, variants in it, and it has rewards. So I feel like Endwalker's really good so far. Plus, the story of Endwalker, Zero is probably one of the best characters in the game right now. I 100% agree. I mean, like, my favorite's still Graha, probably, or Alize. But Zero's good. Great character, given tons of room to breathe. We got it. In one patch, we had more from Zero, more character, more depth, more understanding than we do some of the Scions, right? What character does Urianger have? I'm working on an Urianger video right now, by the way. It's part of why, like, I haven't had an actual, like, original YouTube video in a while. It's all been like React stuff because the Urianger video has been kind of hard to make, hard to write, hard to like try and get it to go, because it's mostly just, I don't know. He's an interesting character, hard to explain, hard to get down on pen. But as like openly a character and having depth of character, right? I feel like Zero gained that in fucking 2 patches. What it took most of the Scions extra like Y'shtola, love Y'shtola. What's her character? She's the gluttonous scientist, right? She's what's the magician from Seven Deadly Sins, right? She's it's just that trope. I hope they do more. I'm excited for 7.0. And I think the story's just going to get better. They're getting better at writing. And a lot of their focus on like the content has been updating the game, not necessarily pushing out new types of content. But the story's been great. The story's been getting better and better as the years have gone on. And I think it's going to continue to do that. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you like this kind of content, let me know. Maybe I'll film more when I'm just like out at work. I work in the woods. It's my job. And there's some blueberry bushes around me. And please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you guys around. Catch me on Twitch. Twitch.tv/GibblesDestruct. I stream Tuesdays and Thursdays, some kind of like story or like hanging out. It's really short. It's after work. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I play some stuff. Sunday, we're trying to go through all the raids right now. Or sorry, we're going through all the EX trials. We did Heidelin, Zodiark, Endsinger is coming up. And then we're trying to get Lynxes as well. And then eventually we're going to get into Savage raids. So come join. I have a FC on Seraph. You can join in and join in the Savage raids. We're looking to learn. It's learning parties. It's not if you suck, you're out kind of thing. Like, want to let everyone in. So